You know that gnawing feeling when someone asks, "So what do you do?" And your brain short-circuits because you are simultaneously a graphic designer who codes, writes poetry, studies neuroscience, and just started learning woodworking. That feeling where you think there is something fundamentally broken about you. Plot twist. You might be the most valuable person in the room by 2030. While everyone else was busy becoming specialists, going deeper and deeper into their single lane. You were out here collecting skills like Pokemon cards. And for years, the world made you feel weird about it. Jack of all trades, master of none, they would whisper. Dilettante, they would call you. Career advisors looked at your resume like it was written in hieroglyphics. You need to focus, they said. Pick one thing. But here is what they did not tell you. The world just changed its mind about what valuable looks like. And it turns out, your brain has been preparing for this moment your entire life. See, for the last century, society praised the specialist. The world was predictable, almost like a chessboard. Success meant going a mile deep in one narrow field. Psychologists call this a kind learning environment. It rewards repetition, expertise, the single deep pillar of knowledge. But that is not the world we live in anymore. We are now in what experts call a wicked learning environment. The rules constantly change, feedback is delayed, patterns are not obvious. Think about the difference between a golfer and a firefighter. A golfer operates in a kind environment. The rules never change. Feedback is immediate. A firefighter works in a wicked one. Every situation is new. The rules are unknown. And their specialized knowledge might not even apply. In a wicked world, the hyper-specialist develops blind spots. And you have been training for wicked your entire life. There is a term for people like you. M-shaped professionals. Think of the letter M as a shape. The opposite of the M-shaped person is the I-shaped person, the specialist. The specialist with one single deep pillar of knowledge. Then there is the dash-shaped person, a mile wide and an inch deep. That is the trap many fall into, knowing a little about everything, but having no real foundation. That lack of depth creates anxiety, because you have no ground to stand on. But the M-shaped professional, that is different. Picture it like this. Maybe your first leg is software engineering. You go deep there, that pays the bills. But your second leg is user psychology. You go deep there too. And those horizontal bars connecting them? That is your interest in design, business strategy, neuroscience. Suddenly, you are not just another unfocused developer. You become the person who builds products that people actually love to use. Because you understand both the technical constraints and what makes humans tick. That combination is rare. That combination is valuable. And the World Economic Forum just proved it. Their Future of Jobs Report 2025 dropped a bomb. 39% of workers' core skills will change by 2030. Not evolve. Change. The skills rising fastest: creative thinking, resilience, flexibility, agility. Analytical thinking paired with the ability to synthesize across domains. The future belongs to people who can pivot between worlds. But let us be honest about what this actually requires. You cannot build all your pillars at once. That just leads to being a mile wide and an inch deep, the dash-shaped person. And that creates anxiety because you have no ground to stand on. The secret is serial mastery. You pick one pillar and commit to it for a season, maybe 6 to 18 months. You build one leg until it is strong, until you have mastered the core 80%. Not world-class expert level, just fluent enough to solve most problems without the instruction manual. When your curiosity in that area feels satisfied, you make a conscious choice. This is not quitting like a dabbler running from difficulty. This is strategic quitting. It is a graduation. You deliberately choose to begin your next pillar. The anxiety comes from the choice itself, right? Which pillar first? Here is the secret. Lower the stakes. You are not choosing for the rest of your life, you are choosing for this season. Pick the one that creates the most stability, the one that can become your good enough day job. Or pick the one with the most energy around it right now. Just pick one. Because here is what happens when you move between disciplines. You are not just collecting skills, you are training your brain in something called far transfer. A specialist uses near transfer, applying a skill to a very similar problem. But you see the underlying structure in one field and apply it to a completely different one. A person who understands the branching structure of a tree's root system might suddenly see a better way to organize a company's database. A musician who understands harmony might look at software code and see a more elegant structure. That is far transfer. It is seeing the music, not just the notes. And all those seemingly random interests you have collected, they form the very library of metaphors you will pull from to create breakthrough insights. Welcome to the M-shaped future. You have been training for this your entire life.